Hey, NorCal Carters, this is Jason. And tonight we have a special show. We're waiting for Mark Morrison. He's going to get signed on here in a moment. But we are doing a raffle. So the raffle is for the NCK Road Racers. So if you're not aware or haven't heard about it, basically what they're going to do is a raffle for each race coming up for the year for a free entry. And I'll let Mark go into more details about that. But tonight is the first drawing. So while we're waiting for Mark to get connected, let's go over a couple of housekeeping items. We have the calendar filled for March, so that's pretty exciting. And I think after Mark and I do the raffle, depending on how much time we got, we'll probably do an open mic night. So if you actually want to join this side and share your comments on NCK, on road racing, on karting events going on in Northern California, let me know. I'll shoot you over a link and we can do that again. So we'll do that after we do the raffle stuff for open mic night. But a couple of housekeeping items. Give me one moment here. All right. So the calendar is becoming pretty full for. There we go. The calendar is becoming pretty full for March. So this past weekend, one of our supporters, Challenge of the Americas, the rock series that runs up and down the West Coast, they were down in Phoenix. So that was this past weekend. A couple weekends ago, Donald had his race event where he ran 3 configurations in one day. So there seemed to be a lot of exciting action, and people were pretty thrilled with that event. So that was going on. This morning, if you missed it, I spent a lot of time with Mark today. So this morning at 10:30, we did a special live stream. It was a tire tech podcast with Hoosier Tires. You can see it right here. So if you want to see the replay of that, you can go back, click on the link, and let's see. Are you seeing my cursor? Probably. So you can click on it. It'll take you right to YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, we are trying to push our subscribers over 1,000. So we're trying to get over 1,000 subscribers here for NorCal Carters. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now and you haven't already subscribed to our channel, go hit like and subscribe. And once we hit 1,000, we will give away a race entry. If you race with Team Visalia, if you raced with NCK last year, if you raced with Prairie City, if you raced with Challenge of the Americas, if you raced with Rock Sonoma, if you're part of the Track Magic Owners Group, let's see, Prairie City, if you are going to race with Blue Max Kart Club this year, and let's see, making sure I'm catching everybody here. We will, instead of the free entry, we will also do fuel and tires. So the reason for that is those are the groups or clubs or promoters that have helped financially support NorCal Carters. So everybody's eligible in karting. I'm not really sure how we're going to do the giveaway yet. I'll have to see if there's a way I can go on YouTube and look up our subscribers and pull their username. But again, if you're part of the associations I just named, those drivers will be eligible for fuel and tires. So, exciting stuff. Again, just trying to give back. My goal right now is to get everything paid for 2023. And then once that's done, I can even do more giveaways. So that'll be good. But yeah, so NorCalCarters.com, the events tab is live. So give me 1 second. I'm going to switch my screen. No, I'll go to this screen. So yeah, tonight is the NCK Raffle Show. And Mark is in the studio right now, so I'll bring him up in a second. Again, this morning we did the Tire Tech podcast with the Hoosier Tires. There was a lot of interaction that we had. I was actually surprised for a 10:30 show. One, I know who doesn't work during that time. But 2, we had a lot of good discussion both on YouTube and on the Facebook threads. So go check that out. But races coming up, as you can see. our calendar's filling up. This weekend, Prairie City 4-stroke weekend. Southern Oregon Carters, they're doing a test and tune. California Pro Kart challenges this weekend. Let's see here. You vintage guys can thank Vince Paleo for mentioning the Vintage Kart Day to me the other day. So I have that on the calendar for this Saturday, the 11th. Also, you're going to start seeing on our NorCal Karters calendar, we are starting to promote kart rentals. If I'm going to run my mouth every week and say we need to get one person into karting, well, what's the first step? Getting them into a racing cart. So you'll see here on NorCal Karters, you can click on kart rentals. Let's see. This Saturday, I'm going to cover my words a little bit. It's weather permitting. It's supposed to rain all weekend long, but it's still on the calendar. So if you're new to karting and you want to try a real racing cart, something that is faster and better than the indoor stuff, then click on our calendar, click on kart rentals, fill out the form, and I will get a hold of you, and we will schedule a day for you to go take a real racing cart out. So we have Davis on the schedule for Saturday, Dixon on the schedule for Sunday, and then Bakersfield Kart Raceway this weekend, NorCal 80cc shifters. Now, all of this is all predicated on rain. I do know California Pro Kart is rain or shine, and I do know Prairie City is rain or shine. So the other clubs, I don't know. So you have to contact them directly to find out. But Prairie City, they're a series sponsor. I know they run rain or shine. California Pro Kart Challenge, they are rain or shine. They're a regional series. So yeah, again, the kart rentals, that's a new thing that we added. And if you'd like to promote your business or team on NorCal Karters and you want to put your racing calendar on here, let me know. And we can put your racing calendar on here. I'm going to charge you for it because I need to keep the site running. But that is an option for you as well. Speaking of more races coming up, next weekend, March 18th and 19th, Rock Sonoma will be kicking off their series, Rock Sonoma. And as you can see in the description here, live stream. So Rock Sonoma will be doing a live stream broadcast. And that will be the main events for the Sunday main events. And that will live stream to YouTube and Facebook. So, and then we have Blue Max Kart Club on the 19th, CCKRA at Button Willow. Team Visalia asked me to mention they added a new shifter class down there. So they added a rookie shifter or a novice shifter class to their calendar. So the CCKRA guys, they'll be kicking off their season on the 25th at Button Willow. And they now have a novice shifter class. Team Visalia has done a great job at growing the shifter classes in that central region there. And CCKRA said, okay, well, we probably need to add a novice class for you guys. So there you have it. Again, more kart rentals. Davis. Kisman Kart Club kicks off their schedule, the 26th. Let's see here. And then we have NCK Road Racing. Can't forget these guys because Mark's in the waiting room right now. So we have NCK Road Racing, April 1st and 2nd at Thunder Hill East, the 3-mile track, and Northern Nevada Kart Club. If I'm missing your March events, get a hold of me, norcalkarters@gmail.com, or call me or reach me on Facebook. But if I'm missing your events, let me know so we can get them on the calendar. And if you want extra attention for your events, let me know. I will ask for a small check, and then you get a lot more promotion. So speaking of promotion, let's see. We're going to do this on the fly, Mark. You ready for me? Let's see here. Mark Morrison, give me a quick sound check.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Long time no see.
Good. Yeah, it's been a long day.
It's been a long day for you?
Oh yeah, I started at 4:00 this morning, so.
Oh man. No, thank you.
Yeah. And then rushing to get to this hour.
All right. So we have big news. We have your raffle tonight. The NCK raffle is happening tonight. Yeah.
Yes.
And let's see. You have give some details to your non-NCK racers. What is this raffle all about?
So what this raffle is, it's open to any racer. and the raffle tickets are $25 for one, 40 for two, 60 for three. And after we do the draw, that one lucky winner will get a free entry for this coming up event. And it's, of course, it's a 2-day event, and it's almost a $600 value that we raffled off. We're going to do a raffle for every race for the year. So, which they're also open up on Motorsports Reds right now. So the next raffle that we're going to do will be for the Streets of Willows, then Willow Springs, and then again for Thunder Hill. We do have an event listed on our calendar for Chuckwalla Raceway, which is we're putting it on there to support the Southwest Carters. And Chuckwalla, if nobody knows where Chuckwalla is almost to the Arizona state line on Interstate 10. I think it's like 30 or 40 miles west. So it's a long haul for up here, but all the racers from the Southwest down there, they come up and support all our races. And Chuckwalla will be the first time that carts have been on this facility. So I thought it would be a good thing to support them.
Okay.
So,
and then how come you're not doing a raffle for that one?
Because it's not our event.
Got it. Okay.
It's hosted by Ben Hur and his group at Southwest Carters, and it's in conjunction with the Pro Autosports series. So it's actually a shared weekend with cars and carts.
Okay.
So Ben runs it's not a large program, but he runs a good program, and I thought it would be fun to go down there and try a new track. It's 2.5 miles, I believe, in length.
2.6.
2.6. And it looks like it's not a super fast track, but it looks like it's a good flowing rhythm type track. And it doesn't look like it's too difficult for beginners. Now, it could possibly be, depending on head count, it could be a 2-day race. Okay. So that information, once I get it from Ben, then we'll just post it up on how many days it is. It's definitely 1 day for sure, and possibly 2, or possibly 1 day being a test and tune, and then the race the following day. So I'm not for sure exactly what the cost on the entry fee is yet, but as soon as Ben sends it to me and says that the site's open, then I will pass it on through our website, and I'll send out an email blast to our group.
Perfect. All right. So that'll be a new track, Chuckwalla. Would you say, I know you haven't been there yet, but would you say it's maybe similar to Thunder Hill West?
Oh no. I would cross it up between it does have some high speed stuff. It doesn't have a lot of hard turns like Thunder Hill West would have.
Okay.
It's more of a by the videos, it looks like it's a fairly fast flowing track. It's not like a Willow Springs on a big track where it's just all speed.
Got it.
So, but we'll find out when we get there. I'm going to take my supercart down there and see if I can scare myself again.
Oh, there you go. That sounds like fun.
So we're going to do that. So that's on the 29th of April. So, and then plus 2, I put it on our calendar because we do have a lot of Southern California people that come up and run with us, a lot of Las Vegas people that run with us. So this gives them a chance to run something that's closer to their backyard.
Okay.
So that was a benefit of that.
I was about to mention that. Yeah, because you do have a couple of racers that come out of Vegas and SoCal that support NCK.
Yeah, and then we still have a couple that come from Arizona that run with us, that are dedicated supporters. So once in a while, it's good to try to get something in their backyard, even if it's not by us, and support whoever's doing it to keep the karting community growing.
Okay. Yeah, agreed. All right, my NCK racers, if you're here, start chatting away in the text lines here, because Mark is going to give away entries. Have you figured out how you're going to do it, Mark?
I have it in a bowl,
Okay.
and I'm going to set the bowl behind me on where it is right now, and then I'm just going to reach around and pull a name out of it. So those that bought multiple tickets or multiple raffles, if you bought 3, your name's in there 3 times. And if you bought a single one, it's a single one. And then whoever the lucky winner is, I hope I can hear him holler all the way up here. I will send you a code for when you enter through Motorsports Reg that you plug in the code, and it will automatically credit the entry fee to you.
Got it. Okay.
And then this also is not transferable to another event.
Got it.
It's for this event. And we're doing this too, one, to promote interest for maybe somebody feels lucky to win. And it's there again, we're trying to get back into and give something back to the racer. Because us as track promoters, we got our hands out and we want all their money.
Hey, I do the same thing. That's my business model.
I understand. You got a big chunk of ours too.
Hey, well, my job is to bring racers to your track, so that's my job.
But you know that I feel a lot of times that we, especially us at NCK, a lot of times we don't give back enough to the racer. You know, because road racing is an expensive sport. It's versus sprint racing, because we rely on track rental fees and things like that. So renting a road course for a day or 2 days is not cheap.
No.
And so by doing the raffle, it generates this raffle generated enough money that it actually paid for the entry fee.
Okay.
So
that's always the goal, right?
Yeah, and that's the goal, to pay for itself. So and you know, when we do the Streets of Willows, if I get only 4 tickets, we'll still do the raffle. But it's giving back to that racer that you know. Streets of Willows, if I get
hold on.
4 tickets, we'll still do the raffle.
Okay, I'm still with you. I'm just trying to send out the link to a couple people on the text line.
Oh, okay. And
so
then
I'm still listening to you.
So we'll do the raffle here shortly. And a little information for the coming race is some of the format's been changed a little bit. We have grouped all the shifters together.
Okay.
And then all the non-shifters are in a different group. So the format for the weekend is open practice for all, first thing in the morning. And then group 1 on Saturday is all the non-shifters. They go out first. And then group 2 would be all the clutch or all the shifter carts. They would go out second, and then lunch break, and then they go out. So each group gets 2 races for the day.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, we rotate it to where group 2 will go out first, and then group 1 goes out last. And then because for years it's always been group 1, group 2, group 1, group 2, and group 2's always been the last one home. So we decided to switch it and give it a little change. This is also in conjunction with the Shelby Club of the California region. So there's going to be a ton of Shelby cars there, and these people love the go-karts. We're going to have Rob from Aluminos there with his trailer and carts, and he is supplying a ride and drive at the track. There's already some people that have made arrangements to rent carts for the weekend for him.
Yeah.
He's also going to supply tag carts for a 1-session outing.
He is, and I have that information because he called me today. He's out of town on vacation.
Yeah, so he's in what, Portugal or something like that right now.
Yeah, I didn't want to announce it online, but yeah. So he's on vacation, and let's see. So yeah, for a full day in the tag cart for all your sessions that run the tag. It's $1,100. If you just wanted to do like a trial session, it's $400 per session.
Okay.
So he said he was really putting that program together for the
Shelby
you
Club.
guys are running with the Mustang group, right?
Yeah. Well, the Shelby Ford.
I can't call those Mustangs.
Well, some of them are. Some are. I don't know what they are. But mainly this is the Shelby Club of this region that hosts this event, and it's a fun group of guys to work with, and they've invited us. This is our fourth year working with them now.
Okay.
And so for Thunderhill, we kind of offset their program a little bit. Just to give you an idea, Thunderhill for 2 days for that car club to rent a facility is a staggering $55,000.
$55,000.
$55,000 to rent Thunderhill for 2 days.
Yeah.
With all the necessary support equipment, ambulances, corner workers, and stuff like that. So we get a piece of the pie to help them offset their finances.
Yep.
So it's a win-win for both of us. But the car guys, they have the one group that they can actually time themselves, but they're a non-timed run groups, and they brag how fast their Shelby Cobras are, and then one of the supercarts goes out there and lays a sub 2 minute lap, or a 125 does it, and it usually shuts them right up.
Then they walk over to Rob and they try to rent one.
Yeah, then they want to go rent one. So that's a good thing. And there again, it's another way to try it if you want to try it, to come out and do it. Yep. And Rob is really working very hard to support this program. And he's going to be at all our events this year.
And then, so if you want to do the arrive and drive, you need to contact Rob and RSVP.
Right.
So he can make sure he has you properly set up. I know last year he had a number of guys on the arrive and drive program. So make sure you schedule it ahead of time. It's not like an indoor karting place where you just show up and hop in. Yeah,
because he has drivers from Colorado come out and run the series. Then when we talked to Ollie this morning from England, he's thinking about renting a cart for the series, just so he has, because he has supercart luck like I have supercart luck, So this way he can still get track time. So he's actually thinking about renting a cart for all our races. So there's, he just wants to run. So, and then Ollie's been bragging about it in England, and he might have 2 or 3 people that want to come over for the streets and Button Willow, and then for the October date, that he's got some buddies that might want to come over and rent carts now, because it's cheaper. It's cheaper for them to fly over here and rent a cart than it is for them to buy a package and race over there. Because racing's more expensive in Europe than it is here, as far as road racing end goes. So it's good to do that. What else do we need to know about Thunderhill? Registration is open. So our registration is done through motorsportsreg.com.
Yep.
Or motorsportreg.com. If you don't have an account, you need to create an account. And once you've created the account, then it adds you to our email list. It also, when Chuckwalla opens up, they operate through Motorsport Reg as well. And you've already got your account set up. You just move your event search over to that time frame and that track, and it'll bring up Pro Autosports, and you can enter right online for that event as well. So Motorsports Reg is really worked out to be a great deal for everybody. Sometimes getting to it is a little difficult, but because the links are always different. So, but it's a good deal to get onto, and like I said, it adds you to our mailing list, so that gets you to our mailing list. So um, we're up to 300 now on our mailing list, which is a big thank you for those that have all signed up. And then our Facebook page has finally hit over the 1,000 mark.
Nice.
So our Facebook is growing. And when we first started it, it was 200. 2 years later, it was 400. And here in the last year or so, it's been clicking off and clicking off and clicking off, and it's getting better. So we're growing there. Now, if we can just get people to show up to the track.
Yeah, well, we'll just keep advertising it and pushing it.
Sure.
Let's take a couple of questions here. Well, that's more of a comment from Larry Stevens. He wants you to pick him.
Ask him how much money does Larry have?
How much, Larry? Larry, how much money do you have? Scott DeSelms. Hey, you were on this morning as well. Is Reno Fernley track still alive and well, or did it go to the waste side? I love that track in my 80 shifter.
That was a fantastic track, but it's there, but the mountains are smoother than the track. It's pretty much gone.
It's pretty much gone. It's there,
yeah,
but it's gone.
It's gone. There is some groups that try to do some things on it, which basically they're just doing the lower bottom, but it is rough. I drove out there last summer, and just to see what was going on, and it was just basically a dust bowl. But there is, they keep talking about bringing it back, but that's a big investment to bring that track back, because they basically have to tear up the entire track surface, put new base down and new pavement, because basically when they built the track, they made a course with a grader, run rollers over it, and paved it. So there was really no hard base on it. So it was
they
junk.
Rebuild the track.
Well, supposedly, one day, but right now pavement is probably close to $1 to $2 million a mile.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to move you on from that one.
Yeah,
so you're not going to Reno Fernley.
We're not going to Reno Fernley.
Let's see here. Larry, do you drink? A chick wall, it looks like it's a combination of Buttonwillow and Underhill East. So that must mean a Chuck Walla. Looks like it's a combination of Buttonwillow and Thunderhill East.
That would be a good reference.
Yeah, let me bring that one back up, because I was trying to figure out what Chuck Walla looked like as well. But there's a couple areas in it that just had.
Does Larry Stevens drink?
He doesn't seem to be a guy that would drink. So for those that can't read my fine print on the screen, Chuck Walla would be the one in the upper middle is Chuck Walla. No, I made that comment because of just the spell check.
Oh, that's what I'm reading, and it's like, I don't think Larry drinks, but
no, it's probably like when you're doing that voice texting thing.
Oh, yeah. So the Chuck Walla is in the top middle there of the pictures. So, I mean, it does have.
I kind of see Laguna there.
Yeah, it's kind of has a Laguna shape to it. It's got its speed. It's got a couple technical turns to it, so it's got a little bit of everything, which should make it a fun track.
So you guys that love Laguna and want to go to Laguna, then you should give Chuck Walla a try. I've never been there, so I have no idea. But looking at this picture here, that's my sales pitch. That one right there. Chuck Walla.
And it's probably a lot cheaper.
April 29th and 30th.
Yes.
Oh, here's Larry. It's the darn voice, Jason. When I use it, I don't read it before I send it, and I don't drink. He answered all the questions. All right.
So if Chuck Walla works, then that's something that we can look at as an organization of doing a race down there. It just depends how much Southern people it draws.
Okay.
All right.
Give me 1 second here. Are you ready for your raffle?
No, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, look at that! All their names have washed off.
Uh-oh. Oh, that means I won.
So,
right, give me a second here.
We can do the raffle here.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna bring you front and center. I'm gonna get rid of the racetracks for a moment. I'll bring you front and center. All right.
So are we ready to do this?
I was born ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna shake them.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna set it down on the table behind me. And I'm gonna
read Commodore
in.
64 computer in the background.
Could be. Now you got my train of thought all messed up here. Larry sent me a private text, said he had $1,000 for me.
Got
it. All right. And the lucky winner is
rigged.
Fuck. Yes, it's Stevens.
Is it?
Yes. Larry, you're the winner. Somehow somebody jinxed my pot.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Larry Stevens.
Put the ticket in front of the camera so people can see the.
It's blurred out, but it's Stevens.
Oh, it's Stevens. Okay.
Yeah. So my felt tip is kind of blurry, but he's the only person in the bucket that had a name of Steve, Steven, Swoopy. So Larry,
Stevens,
I will send you a code that you can put in for your that'll pay for the entry. Well, congratulations. That takes care of that. So,
oh, you know what? I forgot I could do this. Raffle winner,
chicken dinner.
Larry Stevens. Boom.
And if I'm not mistaken, Larry bought 2 tickets.
All right. Well, that was a good investment.
Yes.
Raffle winner, Larry Stevens. All right, Mark, what's next? Are we going to go to open chat lines?
Yeah, let's go to open chat lines.
Okay. So if you guys want to join the show on the camera and a mic, make sure you have a good internet connection. And you can send me a quick email to norcalcarters@gmail.com. And we'll get you on the show. On this side, bring some karting content to the show. We got about 20 minutes left. If you want to talk about your tracks, NCK, the schedule coming up. Before I forget, let's see. Mark, I'm gonna bring the race calendar back up.
Sure.
Somewhere. No. The more I do this, the more comfortable I'm getting with it. But no, I don't want that. What did I call it? No.
I wonder if Larry's got up out of his chair yet.
You know what, though, on a serious note, Larry's a good guy to win. He's definitely one of those guys that promotes karting.
Sure. So it could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody that entered. You had to enter.
Yeah.
NCKRoadRacing.com. Click on the raffle link.
And then we even had a brand new father and son enter for the raffle.
Oh, who is that?
Thomas Davis.
Okay.
Actually, Larry Stevens had him call me. So Thomas Davis is going to be a new road racer with us, and he sounded pretty excited about doing it.
Nice.
What'd Larry say? He won. He wants his chicken dinner.
I won the free entry. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, you're welcome, Larry.
But no, I was bringing up the calendar because as I was going through the calendar, we were talking about Rock Sonoma. Well, earlier I was by myself. I was waiting for you. I was talking about Rock Sonoma, and we're doing the live stream broadcast. I
Uh-huh.
forgot to mention Rock Sonoma. Happy birthday to Christian Cameron. So today is his birthday. So happy birthday, Christian Cameron. So now I know if they'll listen or not because they'll comment or send me a text. But yeah, again, open mic. So if you want to join the open mic, send an email to norcalcarters@gmail.com and we'll get you on the camera. Again, just make sure you have a good internet connection. You can do it from a computer or your phone. Mark, are you on your phone right now or your laptop?
I'm on my phone.
You're on your phone. So Mark's on his phone. I'm on a whole camera setup. The only issues we have generally is with Mac and the Safari browser, but it's a quick fix. So again, if you want to join the open mic, or if you're not comfortable joining, jump in on the chat lines. You can type away. Mark and I can answer questions. I don't really want to bring up the show this morning, but we did the show this morning. Remember that, Mark?
Uh-huh.
With Adam from Hoosier Tire.
Yes.
I really enjoyed that show. 55 actually. I'm gonna put so I don't get the feedback.
I've known Adam for, he said he's been with Hoosier, what, 18 years?
Yeah, I think is that what he said? Yeah.
And I've known him for 16 years.
Yeah. No, so for those of you that missed it, it was in the middle of the day, but that was the availability that we had with Adam, and yeah, it was. There was a great discussion with tire pressures, tire temperatures, compounds. I mean, Adam was just rolling out the answers, just boom, boom, boom. You can also go to HoosierTire.com and go under their specifications and things like that, and you can see their recommendations for starting temps, and it was a good show. So
It was, and he touched over track surfaces,
yeah,
and things that people think they should be doing that they're not, and and some of the things I was even surprised at. Really? So it was really good. But
yeah,
in fact,
I really enjoyed it, but I tend to like the tech stuff.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to set up a couple more interviews with the companies and not the. I'm still trying to talk Rainey into something, but he's already told me hell no.
I can ask him if I can stand in for him.
Well,
that would probably be a hell no.
Yeah, I'm sure, because I already said something, and he said, "Don't even go down that road."
I got rid of that guy once. Actually, he got rid of me twice.
Yes, but he would be a good one just to talk to, just for general tuning information.
Rainey?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Just a quick basic, like we did today. We weren't set on an exact hard format, but we kind of bounced around a little bit. As he answered questions, he would create a question, or a comment. So it would be fun to do that. I was kind of hoping to have Rob on here today so he could talk about his Arrive and Drive program. But
yeah, well, and he told me I can answer questions for him. So if anyone has
questions, you pretty much, when you get a chance, send me the cost link.
Yeah.
So I can forward that on to the Shelby Club.
Okay.
And
Larry Stevens said, Mark, did you say you wanted me to call you?
No. He's already calling me something.
Okay. No, I think Mark said he was going to email you a link, a code to put in
Yeah,
the shopping cart.
I'll email you a code later on, Larry. I just got to create the code and I'll send it to you.
And then we have, oh, Daryl Holford. Very good show, guys. Well, thank you, Daryl. Thanks for tuning in.
So, like we did this morning, I would like to do more of things like that, so we can get it up on our site and stuff.
Yeah.
So if the racer has who would they like to hear information from? Is there a manufacturer out there that you want a little more information on? Is there, let's Jason, is there a cart setup person out there that would basic information for the beginners?
Last year, we did have Ashley set up CRG, Tony Kart, and Burrell shows. And they were basically tech shows for those chassis lines. Then we
Sure.
ran out of calendar room, and we were going to expand it to more of the localized brands or the smaller brands.
Sure.
Um,
Um,
Absolutely.
so it and it's not necessarily to sell the brand. It's like we went over the tires today, the basics. My
Yeah.
cart doing this. What do I do to fix it? If it's loose in the ass end, how do I tighten it up?
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how many people do not know that, because road racing is way different than sprint racing. It's a little more forgiving, but we still have the same issues, but maybe not as magnified as much. But when it's not right, it's not right.
Well, and that's where a lot of the questions we were asking Adam today, I know they're loaded questions. And the way he approached it, I like how he put the disclaimer in there. It's like, hey, this is not the end all be all. This is just a starting point.
Sure.
And I think it's important for new racers to understand that. It's like when someone gives you a starting point, that's all it is. It just means you're not going to be out to lunch. So if someone says start your tire pressures at 12 pounds, that just gets you in the ballpark. And also don't share air gauges. So make sure you use the same air gauge over and over. Because the air gauge I loan out to people is 2.5 pounds different than the one I actually use. But one's a $30 air gauge and one's a $200 air gauge.
Absolutely.
So, but it's a starting point. So,
and don't show up with one you pull out of your pocket that looks like a pencil.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a visual of someone doing a tire on a trailer with one of those pencil gauges. And they had two of them, and 2 times in a row, they blew the end of them out because there was so much air pressure in the tire.
Yep. I know a person that was using one for karting. Well, it's a low pressure. It only goes up to 40 pounds.
Yeah. And it's, I think we have to be careful. It's like, we don't want to laugh at people like that, because all of us had day one in karting. I remember when my dad and I, when we started karting, we were going to share the same cart. And that was our plan. It's like, oh, we'll just share the same cart. And after the first race weekend, I think we shared the cart like halfway through practice. And then we're like, this isn't going to work. Like, what the hell are we doing? But we didn't know. We were new. We didn't have an air tank or an air gauge or anything else. And it's just stuff you learn as you go. I'm actually paying attention to you, Mark. I'm looking for a picture that I don't know if I ever did it or not, but I wanted to promote the subscribers, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube for NorCal Carters. But because I'm an unorganized mess, I can't find what folder I put it in.
It's in a batch file.
I posted it on Instagram and on Facebook, and I don't even know if I created it on one of those apps and never saved it to my computer.
I seen something about 1,003. Oh, that was for your raffle,
For my raffle.
right? So did you mention where the raffle tickets are for you're giving away?
No. So
Is that
basically,
a secret?
once we hit 1,000 subscribers at bare minimum, I don't even know how I'm going to do it yet. I need to see if on YouTube I can pull usernames off YouTube. So right now my focus is getting YouTube over 1,000 subscribers. Once that happens, I'm going to give away a race entry. If the um, if the racer or participant belongs to the Track Magic Owners Group, Team Visalia, if they raced with NCK last year, with Prairie City last year, with Rock Sonoma last year, with Challenge of the Americas last year, if you're an Aluminos team member, if we do the drawing after the first Blue Max race, if you've raced with Blue Max this year, then on top of the entry, I will cover your tires and your fuel. So, and I'm going to do more giveaways as more money comes in, or if there's some shops out there that want to donate product, I'll clear off that shelf in the background of the t-shirts. And we'll start just loading that with product. And the idea would be every single show we're giving something away. Or if you're a private business owner and you want to support the show and give something away, let me know. The whole idea is to grow karting, but I don't know how I'm going to do my raffle yet, Mark.
Okay. And then like you've been preaching now, bring a friend to race. If everybody could bring one new driver,
yeah,
karting would be in a better place.
If we all bring one person in by next year, we'll double.
Yep.
And you know what? I can't even take credit for that because
that's been going around for years.
It's been going around for years, but I think who struck when I worked at Swede Tech, I am almost 100% sure it was Henry Damus, a NorCal racer out here that runs 80 shifter and 125 shifter. I'm almost positive he said it to me. And I remember walking away thinking, that is such a stupidly simple comment. Like all of us can get one person in by next year from today. All of us can. It wouldn't be that hard, right?
Well, it wouldn't. I was thinking Mitch Gillick when you were thinking way back when. He would have said something like that as well.
Yeah, exactly. I could see Mitch saying something like that. Yes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Henry that said it. I walked away. It's like, what? We're all missing it here. We're all trying to get a bunch of people in at once. It's like, no, we all just need one. And it doesn't matter. They can be racers. They can be recreational. It doesn't matter at all. I found my document.
So while you found your document?
Yeah.
So I was going to the 4-stroke. What's the popular 4-stroke now? The clone class?
No, it would be the Briggs 206.
The Briggs 206.
Yeah.
And then what? Okay. What are they running at Dixon or Davis or whatever it is? The 206?
As of last year, it was a Briggs 206 at all the tracks except for Sonoma.
So
my understanding is you'll have to reach out to Steve Kemp. My understanding is
I've talked to Steve.
You've talked to Steve recently?
Not this year.
Yeah, so reach out to Steve. My understanding is Blue Max, Dixon, Reno, and I think Shasta are going to trial run the Tillotson engine with the Briggs 206. Just because of the Briggs availability.
I think that's the same engine they run in the Ignite series.
Adam was talking about
I might be wrong, but
they did start with the 206. I don't know if they went to the Tillotson.
When we ran Utah here last year, the year before, There was a group that showed up there. They ran on the sprint track that were Tillotson motors.
Okay.
And I don't remember but all the carts were the same manufacturer, same motor, and it was a series. But my point that I was going to make is everybody that has the 4-stroke Briggs and Stratton motors or the clone motors, they're more than welcome to come run and road race. And if you get 10 or 15 of them on the track, it's not they draft and they put on a great show. At Daytona this last Christmas, they had over 60 small 4-stroke carts running the road course at Daytona.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, hands down.
And no issues. But everybody I talked to out here, oh no, it's slow, it's boring.
Well, it doesn't matter where you race it in the country. It's slow and boring. But it's the biggest segment of karting we have. So
right. And then on a road course, it's a matter of being smooth. You know, don't flinch, don't get off the pipe, don't do nothing. And you get a handful of them out there and they actually put on a great show.
Yeah.
And because it's all about the drafting and it's all about being smooth. So all you 4-stroke guys out there, come join us.
Yeah, and for your raffle, they don't have to be NCK racers at this point. Just when the next raffle comes out, they can go in and sign up. And I know there were some guys from Prairie City on the last show talking about it because they were wondering if you did 4-stroke or not. And I sent them the list of your classes. Let's see. Early Apex. That's a new username for me. I need to find out who Early Apex is. I believe there's a new Predator Ghost class starting in Davis this year. Yes, I don't want to speak on them in an official status because I'm not an official with Blue Max. But I have seen on their Facebook page there's been a number of guys trying to get head counts for the Predator Ghost, which, again, clone, Briggs, Tillotson, all the same classification. My only issue with the Predator Ghost, I've built and sold a few of them to recreational guys. They just don't give anything back to karting. It's a Chinese imported engine through a company that really doesn't give anything back to karting. So when you're purchasing stuff like that and you want prizes, you want awards, and you want cheaper race fees, keep that in mind because Mark can probably talk about the tire deals. Everyone wonders why do we have spec tires and why does this track run this tire and that track runs that tire? Well, at the end of the day, a lot of the times the clubs get a fee or a
percentage.
A what?
A percentage sometimes.
A percentage, yeah. So for how many entries they have, if it's a spec tire track, that manufacturer kicks them down X amount of dollars per entry that they can submit. So again, when that offsets the cost for the track to operate, that lowers your entry fee. Harbor Freight, as far as I know, doesn't contribute anything to karting.
Nope.
So I'm just waiting for someone to chime in and say, well, you can't get Briggs engines. Mine are available for rent. They're badass. They're fast, low hours. They're available for rent. They have Walbro carburetors. So just throwing that out there. I was going to sell them. Then I'm decided, no, I'm going to rent them. Let's see. Tell them we need to change their gears. What do you mean, Larry? Are you talking about the Briggs guys? Maybe we have a Briggs road racer in here.
If we do,
road racing is open tire. Yes, it is. That was actually a good show. That was a good show this morning with the Hoosier guy talking about the tires. I kind of forgot all the variables that go into running an open tire program. Because Adam started talking about different compounds for different track surfaces, and I was like, oh yeah, there's another variable.
There's a lot of variables. and then it's, oh, it might not have the right tire combination to work on an enduro
Right.
kart. Because an enduro kart would run, let's say, the 100cc stuff might run 5-inch wide tires all the way around, but yet they want a 5-inch tire that's 12 inches in diameter. And so it's easier for us to just say open tire,
Yes.
and in that way it just makes it, because Larry Stevens runs Maxis.
Yeah.
Larry Stevens, and he runs great on them. And he spends the time, he's dialed in the tires, and he's happy with them.
Yeah. Oh, and that's like that. We talked about that today too. When you said, "Oh, I put your tires on and they don't work," it's like, well, you're not. If you just put tires on and they work really well, then your other old setup was probably bad, and vice versa.
Correct. So,
Um.
and I've seen and
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen, I've seen people put on, you know, this tire or that tire, and they're playing the tire of the day rule. And then we have people that play, well, this organization runs this tire, so I'm going to run that tire because it must be a great tire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why. I mean, I ran MGs slash Evenkos when I did the road race because that's what I was familiar with,
Sure.
and that's because we were spec'd out for those tires. Let's see. The four strokes can't run sprint gearing; they have to change the road race gearing. All classes have to change the road race gearing, Larry. But yes, the four stroke guys, you will have to change your gearing for the road racing stuff.
If we had a 4-stroke group that was interested, we'll find out what the gearing is for them.
Correct.
We can call Don Hombo up in Washington or Portland.
Yep.
He'll tell us, because in up in that series up there, they used to come down with us with 10 or 15 of them in a trailer and run the 206s or whatever it was. So we can find out what road race gearing works for, excuse me, 4-stroke guys, but I call you guys tater diggers. So
Tater diggers.
tater diggers. So we can get the gearing. Cart setup is whatever you run on a sprint track. 99% of the time, your ballpark road race setup already, and it's just a matter. Now, if you were a 125 or something like that, then it requires just to, you can actually do little things to help you at the road racing end. But the slower KT100s, the small 4-strokes, chassis setup is the same way as you sprint race it.
Yeah.
Just a
Well,
matter
yeah.
of,
When I went out with the 125, I had it was just my sprint setup.
yeah.
I
I mean,
changed
you
my
did
brake
you
bias,
did all right.
a little bit, and I changed the gear.
But a lot of people will dial in their cart more, like Eric Maxfield. He'll dial his cart in for road racing. If he goes out and plays, I'm sure he has a different setup that he uses, because that's what Maxfield does.
Yeah. Well, and I did pick Clinton Shumby's brain. He was with Rob at Aluminos.
Uh-huh.
And I just, being that I didn't know which way to go off the top of my head, it's like, I said, this is what it's doing. This is what I want to do. What would you do? Um, and he told me, and we went to stiffer hubs. So it was kind of more of a fine tune adjustment.
Right.
Um, and it was better. But I mean, it was just fine tuning. It wasn't, I didn't have to change axles or rebuild the cart or anything else. It was just, I
No,
made a quick
and
change.
it's just a matter of, you know, moving the hubs in a little bit or out, that type of thing. It's just dialing it in that much more. Road racing, you don't need as much caster in the front end as you would a sprint track, so you could dial out some of the caster, um, but it's not necessary. It just, you can lighten up the steering wheel load, um, but by taking some caster out, because a lot of caster on a road course on some of them long sweeping turns can be wearing on your hands.
Yeah.
But no, and for us, we don't charge an admission to get in. Down south, the tracks charge an admission to get in on their facility, but Thunder Hill, there's no admission to get through the gate. For those that are interested in road racing, come up for a day, and every racer you talk to they'll actually talk to you. They'll give you an answer. They're usually courteous, and if they can't give you an answer, they'll go see so and so over there. He'll help you out. Somebody will find an answer for you, or the right person to talk to. And a lot of times we'll get a new racer up, and if they've contacted me, and let's say they're a tag cart, I might go over to Larry and not to I'll ask Larry, can you kind of keep an eye on them or guide them a little bit? I don't want you to hold their hands, but can you mentor them a little bit and help them out? And Larry will do it. I've never had anybody tell me no. So our racers are always willing to help, because we're nothing more than a big family in NCK. So we're always there to help each other.
Well, and I find that generally in karting in general,
It is.
Well, more at the local stuff, but
I've been in motorsports all my life, and karting has been the friendliest group I've ever met. They'll give, if you break down, and if they have the part, they'll loan it to you, sell it to you, let you borrow it. They might jump in and even help you get things done. So it's always a great deal. Oh, this looks like I thought at Thunder Hill West.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Thunder Hill West, for those that have never run it, it is
track.
It is a glorified sprint track on steroids.
Oh, it's a great track.
It's a fast flowing. It's a great 125 track. KT 100s on the gearing for it's a little tough on some of the turns, but it's a great tag and shifter kart track.
So we're on board with the one and only Vince Paleo.
Yes, the crazy man himself.
Yeah.
Has he flipped anybody off yet?
Nope.
No. Wow. This is turn 1. 90% of the racers don't pass in that turn, but that's one of the unknown great areas to pass in. If you can set it up right, it's a great turn to pass in.
Oh, Vince blew by me in that corner.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't see his right hand. I'm sure he is waving at you with his finger.
No, I don't. So this was, it looks, let's see, this was from 2016.
Uh-huh.
And I hope I wasn't racing back then. Because that means that's like, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Already?
It's very possible.
Yeah. I'm just hoping I wasn't out there, because that means time has gone by way too fast. And if I was in the very back.
And I was trying to see what that number was in the cart in front of Vince.
0. That's Hollinger.
Yes, so that has been a while.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Maxfield's in that mess somewhere there.
Let's see. Cart number 23 has got to be in there somewhere. Yeah, I love this track. This track is so much fun.
It's 1.8 miles in length on the long configuration, which is, I believe this is what they're running is the long configuration. Yeah, I think it's 1.8 miles. And the 125s were doing it in, I want to say 115, 117, something like that.
I honestly, I don't remember. I still have the data in my Micron. I'd have to look it up. But
because most of the in fact the 125s on this track are generally faster than a supercart. 16 that's 16.
Legrone?
Who's Legrone? And then maybe that's Maxfield right there.
No, I think 222 was one of.
222.
I think that was one of Rob's guys out of SoCal. I'm not 100% sure.
I can't think of his name.
Now I'm disappointed. I actually know this stuff, and I'm questioning if I was actually there. I wonder if I was there for tech, like for Swede Tech.
Maybe.
That would make sense.
But of course, Vince ends up in the front no matter what.
Yeah.
And I've watched Vince driving style, and he's smooth. I mean, he's still he's still sawing on the wheel, but he's not jerking it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's he's one of those guys. He never talks about his own racing or anything. And I've always learned more about Vince from other people that called the shop than from Vince himself. So on our road trips to Vegas, I would always store these conversations in the back of my head, and I would bring them up. I was like, well, what about this? What about that?
And Vince is one of them people that can be fast in a pencil.
Yeah. Now, if I was out there, that would be me right there.
That probably was you right there, but that was a red cart.
That was a red cart, ITEL cart.
Or red and yellow or something like that.
Maybe this is the day that you guys put those Briggs out there.
Could have been.
Yeah. And if it was, then I was definitely in the pits. I was on the side line.
So no, this is a good track to play with.
Yeah.
But for myself and my supercart, it's way too tight.
Oh, here, speaking of supercarts, I think Vince is about to pass you.
Really?
Yeah.
Very possible.
Those are supercarts, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, now I want to stay online a little longer just to find you.
I think that's me right there.
Is it number 4?
Yep, that's me. And
there
then
goes Vince. Number 2.
And then number 2, that's Jim White.
And those look like sprint carts coming up.
Yeah. 27, I don't know. I should know the number, but I don't. 27. I don't think that's one of Jim Long's group.
I'm almost thinking that might have been an 80, but
possible. But that isn't
that's Rotax.
Well, I don't know what that number said. 00
995. So what you get the dot from some of the sprint organizations, their numbers, the first letter or the first number is the class.
Huh.
Okay, I'm kind of enjoying this. People are probably signing off going, okay, we've
had there's
420.
420. Did that say 420?
Yeah.
That was a 4-stroke. That's a 450 4-stroke. From that's been a long time. That's Chuck Gilbert out of Washington.
Got it. Okay.
So that has been quite a while because he hasn't run with us for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Well, it says Thunder Hill West, April 16th, 2016. Yeah. I think those are 80s.
Well, if it is, we only had 3 or 4 of them. There's another supercart. No? Yes?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I mean is in the difference between 500 pounds of go-kart versus there's another one. and 385 pounds. It's the supercar had the speed down the straightaways, but in the turns there, the 125s just outmaneuvered the supercar because of the weight difference.
Oh, the all red cart that you couldn't ID was Larry Stevens with the rear metal hoop.
Okay. Was he in a tag then? Or was he running his? Yeah, I'm sure it was his tag.
Yeah, I thought it was tag.
It could be.
All right, we probably got to wrap up.
Yeah. Yep, he's passed all the supercart fields, so I don't want to watch no more.
All right. If anyone in the chat line has anything they want to say at the last second, let us know. And if not, congratulations to Larry Stevens, raffle winner for NCK. You get a semi-free entry for NCK Thunder Hill. I can't say it was free because he paid for the
ticket. For it. He bought 2 raffle tickets, so it cost him something.
Yeah.
So, again, on my side, congratulations to Larry, Jason. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for doing the show with us this morning with Adam Baton. And as always, if anybody's has questions about road racing, I can be contacted at info@nckroodracing.com.
Okay. Info@nckroodracing.com.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, this ad is for you. Women looking for U.S. man over 50.
What?
Yeah, right here on YouTube.
YouTube? Women over 50?
No, women looking for U.S. man over 50.
Oh. I'm way over 50 plus a bunch.
Well, it said over 50. It didn't say over 50, but under 70.
Now it's you're too old.
Yeah, I was running Emic with my Leopard. That was Larry Stevens.
Okay, yeah, that has been a while. So,
thanks for everything, Jason. It was a great, awesome freaking show. And Mark too.
I think he started drinking again.
No, I did a little ad-libbing on that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So, NCKRoadRacing.com is our website. You can also follow us on Facebook at NCK Road Racing. I'm always available. My phone number is on there. Emails. I usually answer within an hour or so. And a lot of times it's easier, I'll say call me, because I'd much rather have you call me because I type with my left index finger. And I'm about 5 words a minute. So, yeah. And then I just prefer talking to people because a lot of times it's easier. So that's all I got, Jason. Thank you.
You know what? I know you may have said it earlier in the show. I'll make it real quick. You gave me an entry to give away somehow.
Yes, that was the question I was asking you, but you danced around it.
Well, I didn't dance around it. I just forgot. No, because you and I, we were talking about doing, one of my ideas was going to the sprint tracks and having each club submit their racers that ran every club race last year in a tag class. And I'm thinking I still want to do that. So if you're a club, if you're a track or you're a promoter and you have participants that ran every race last year, let's open it up to the Briggs as well.
Sure.
Send me a list of those drivers. So this is going to the track promoters. Send me a list of those drivers in either Briggs. What's your age limit, Mark? 14 and up?
16.
16.
The only place I can run a minor is at Willow Springs on the streets.
All right, we're not worried about that one then. So all drivers over 16, if it was in your tag class at your track, or if it was in your Briggs class at your track, I don't care what Briggs class, whether it was senior, master, heavy, young, 22 running master. I don't care. A Briggs class or a tag class. If you're a racetrack promoter, I'm not going to spend the time to go through all of your race entries to find out which drivers competed in all the events, but send them to me. We will put them in a raffle, and those drivers will be eligible for a free raffle for an upcoming NCK race. So
Yeah, and I give you 2 of them. So,
and we got 2 of them to give away. So if you're belong to a club, again, we'll do tag. When I say tag, that's 125 or 100cc. So KA100 VLR or tag Miami Rock Rotax or a Briggs class. So if you have your track, submit the names of the drivers that competed in all of their races last year, and we will put all the names in a drawing for a raffle for 2 entries. Yeah. Okay, I need to record this and play it back for myself so I remember, and I can announce it as part of the 1,000 subscriber thing. Just so as a reminder to myself.
all right.
Is there anything else you want to wrap up with?
No, it's time to say goodnight and thank you.
No, thank you. It was a good day. It was very productive.
Yeah,
we
it
gave
has
away a race entry. We had a great tech session with Hoosier Tire this morning. So, yeah.
Yep. No, it was good. It was good all around. Congratulations to Larry. For all the guys that didn't win it, Larry paid me. So, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. So,
All right.
Is that how you're signing off?
That's how I'm signing off.
All right. Well, I will wrap the show up then.
Thank you.
Mark.
Bye.
Bye. There you have it, NorCal Carters. Mark Morrison, NCK, our lucky winner for the race entry for the April 1st and 2nd race was Larry Stevens. So, Larry Stevens, congratulations. And you heard it here. Mark gave me 2 entries to give away. So, what we'll do for the entries to give away, if you are a race promoter or a track operator, send me a list of your drivers that ran all your races last year that were in either one of the tag classes, 100cc or 125, or the Briggs adult classes. We'll put their name in a hat. We'll pull a drawing out of one of those clubs. So putting you to task here, but it's a great cross promotion. You can tell your racers like, hey, we were able to give away an entry for another race. And hopefully NCK is able to expose karting to another racer. Let's see. I got a couple more comments flying in here. Oh, people just signing off. So that's about it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. And NorCalCarters.com. Click on the events tab. The calendar is getting updated as we speak. I spent about 4 hours on it today. So all of March is filled up. And I will work on April over the next couple of days. And just remember, if we all get one person in the sport, we will double by next year.